Other Ways to Vent is the latest EP from Iyla, who joins us here at Cafe du Nord in San Francisco.
What's up?
Welcome back to the Bay.
Thank you.
Did you get caught in any Matrix traffic? Today's been like crazy.
Of course. Of course, it's the Bay Area, but I'm from LA.
Yeah.
So I'm used to traffic.
Yes.
Traffic is like my middle name.
I'm referring to the Matrix because they're filming the Matrix all over San Francisco.
I didn't know that.
Keanu watches everywhere right now. And they're
No
shutting
way.
down streets, helicopters flying everywhere.
Oh my God.
I know,
that's
you're
exciting.
from LA.
Yes.
This is like old hat TV. Right?
No, that's amazing.
You had Will Smith filming a movie on your street, right?
Right,
It's
always,
like
yeah.
4 a.m.
Once a week, yeah.
No big deal. Did you ever see a movie being shot?
I definitely have, growing up. I used to do commercials too, so I was on sets a lot, like as a kid.
Yeah.
And then of course I've been to like Universal Studios where they're always shooting, you know, different things.
Yeah.
And so I've seen a few different, I've had moments.
That's so LA.
It is, it's very LA.
I did commercials as a kid.
It's very LA.
But it's really interesting because like you know, people that are indigenous to LA, you figure that they're going to get in the business somehow, some way.
Yeah.
But you know, you weren't a Disney kid, you weren't a Nickelodeon kid or anything like that. Did you think about it at all?
I was too shy. I was too shy to be a Nickelodeon or Disney kid.
Really?
I think I am very naturally reserved, and those kids were very like, you know, energetic, and I loved them, but I wasn't that way. I was definitely more kind of like in my feelings. Like even as a kid, I was like shy and like more to myself. I love you guys so much, and about a year and a half ago, I released my first EP, War and Raindrops. Thank you.
What I find interesting is that your family was creative. Your dad was a church choir director, and you know your mom was an artistic photographer. And,
Yes.
and so you had some influences, but it wasn't until you were in your teens did you and your friends say, "Hey, let's go out and do something."
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy. I did grow up in a super creative family, and I'm lucky that they were always encouraging of me to do whatever I wanted to do, like at any age. And you know, right out of high school, I joined a girl group, and that was a very interesting experience for me. And it was, I don't know, it was life-changing to get to have like girls around you that you really connect with, to go through an industry at such a young age that is very intimidating and very, I don't know, attention-seeking. Was cool to have like other girls with me.
Were they your friends in the high school that you
We
went to,
became really close friends. At first, we all kind of were like getting to know each other, but we definitely like became friends, and like I love those girls like to this day. It was like short. I was only in it for like under 2 years, but it was like a really influential 2 years in my life.
During that time, were you writing your own songs as well? Like, how did you find your voice as a songwriter?
Back then, you know, until I was maybe 21 or 22, I wasn't writing. I felt like I was a singer, and that was my thing. And I wanted people who were writers and that was their thing to do that. I was like, I don't, you know, I think because I'm shy, I didn't want to like have to dig deep enough to like tell my feelings to the world. It seemed really vulnerable. But I wrote poetry my whole life. From the time I was like in elementary school. I always loved writing. I loved writing like essays and stuff in school. It was just kind of one of my strengths. And so my producer Cadis was like, you need to write.
Yeah.
Like you need to tell your story. So I think about a year and a half into us working, when I was like 22, I finally was like pushed into the booth and was like, create something. And I wrote this song called California, which is the first song I wrote, and that's on my first EP. And then from there, you couldn't shut me up.
It's interesting because like if you take a song from the first EP in terms of flowers, right?
Yeah.
And it's very
Angry.
clear as to how you feel.
Yeah.
And then you take Cash Rules. I see a theme here.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Personal or observational or
Both. I think both of those are both. I am not the type of person who is impressed by something that is not authentic. I just can't help it. I've been that way since I was a kid. Like my mom, you know, like my mom would tell me like, okay, it's Easter, the Easter bunny's gonna come, and I'd be like, that's terrifying. Like the thought of a giant bunny coming in the house was like a terrifying thing to me. It's hard for me to not be myself and have things just seem real. You know what I mean? And so in this industry, that's not always easy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of facade, and there's a lot of there's a lot to get through. And so I think both of those records even go beyond relationships, but they are, heavily about a relationship and telling somebody like, I don't need this, give me you.
Right.
I don't need all the other things. I don't need the jewels, even if I'm decked out in them. I don't need the jewels. I don't need all this stuff. Like, almost like I can do that on my own. What are you gonna, do for me? Because I'm gonna give you myself and my honesty. And both Flowers and Cash Rules play off of that. You're completely right.
Tangent. When did you
Yes.
stop believing in Santa?
Ooh, I still believe in Santa, actually.
So the Easter Bunny is
The
voodoo.
Easter Bunny's terrifying, but
Santa
Santa
is
like
welcome.
magical and cute, and I'm with that. Yeah.
The stranger coming into your house, eating your cookies.
Yes, because I don't know. It's so funny. I think I was a kid who wanted Santa to be real. Like, I'm an adult who wants Santa to be real. Do you know what I mean? Because it seemed, because I feel like whoever like Santa is in like a child's life or an adult's life is like just this special. It's like more the spirit of it. So I'm still like with that. Like, I'm not scared of that one. Maybe because it's more like gifts and I like gifts.
But you see, now we go back to the Cash Rules, right?
That's hilarious. Right. See, but maybe like it's like a handmade cute gift.
Oh.
It's like filled with love.
Okay.
Or if you give me flowers, like, and you're also like a genuine, amazing person who's honest with me about like the good and the bad, then like I'll love the flowers. It's just if it's in place of something that you're covering up, then, like, I don't want those flowers.
Yeah. Cash Rules has an amazing guest appearance.
Yes, Method Man.
How did that happen? You just called up Snoop and...
Yeah, exactly. I was like, you know what, just use those connections.
Yeah.
No, it's crazy because I did a partnership with Empire, who's an amazing company that's allowed me to do a lot, with my very beginning of my career. And we, when we were in the studio making Cash Rules, we kind of felt like, the C.R.E.A.M record was completely like, we were talking about that C.R.E.A.M record, like how can we, put this in there? And the theme of that song is such a classic. It's such a classic record, and we're like, how can we like do a different take on that song? And we knew we wanted a feature, and like who else, what's a bigger feature than Method Man for that record, right? We had to have Wu-Tang on there. And we didn't know how it would happen, but we just kind of like put that energy into it. Like, we're gonna have a feature, whatever. And to get because we use a sample of C.R.E.A.M in the song, we had to get everybody's approval from Wu-Tang. And he heard the record and called my A&R, Tina Davis, at Empire and was like, yo, who is this? Like, who's this girl, And she's like, yo, that's our artist. He's like, I know, I'm watching her, but like, I have like a hot 16. Like, let me do my thing on this. And we were like, yeah, yes, please. You know what I mean? Like, it's the biggest honor, and it's still like shocking and crazy to me. And he's like the nicest guy, and like, it's just really incredible. It's like the dream come true for this record. It's unreal, yeah.
Well, outside the singles that we've heard, Tattoo Tears and Cash Rules, Strings is one of my favorites.
Yeah,
so.
A lot of people love that one.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I can't wait to hear that one tonight.
Oh,
Great
I'm
to
excited
meet
to
you.
perform that. So nice to meet you.
Appreciate your time and best of luck with everything.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. It is Iyla. Other Ways to Vent is her latest EP. You're watching B-Sides on Air.